a force so powerful, yet so unseeable. And for 2 hours, the 8-year-old me sat there, trying to absorb the terrifying reality of a crisis that was unseeable and untouchable. And even today, these words still echo in my mind as I realize that the terrifying dangers of our ever-changing planet are already shaping our future. Even now, wherever I go, I feel like climate change always finds a way to come up. But no one talks about the who part. No one ever talks about how much more climate change impacts a woman. In fact, I myself was just shocked reading the speech topic. Something like climate change isn't even gender neutral. Something like climate change isn't even gender neutral. And the more research I started doing, the more I realized just how significant these differences were. We must improve. We must change. But most importantly, we must realize that climate change is not gender neutral. The facts are undeniable. Climate change is harming a woman economically much more than it is a man. So now, let me get into some specifics so you can grasp the inequity in real terms. Statistics aside, these are real girls and real women facing dire challenges every day. According to the Gender Institute of National Equity, women all over the world carry out 2.5 times more unpaid household work than men. And when climate disasters hit, such as floods, droughts, and wildfires, women are forced to take on additional burdens. To help out their mothers, girls quit school and take on additional tasks such as collecting firewood and water, which causes them to venture further away from their houses, increasing their exposure to gender-based violence. In most families, women are the prime caretakers of their household, meaning that when climate disasters hit, they are the first responders, rescuing children, elders, community members, all while taking care of themselves too. According to PubMed Central, in developing countries like Tanzania, Haiti, and Uganda, women make up over half of the agricultural workforce, meaning that when climate disasters hit, the economies of these countries suffer greatly due to women becoming unable to carry out their tasks. Because of this, the economy of the United States also suffers due to reduced export demand and disruptions in the global supply chain. But women in developing countries didn't create this crisis. So why are they the ones bearing the largest burdens and the ones most affected by it? Now, I was born and brought up in India, and one thing you should know about my country is that it's extremely dependent on its agriculture. According to FAO India, over 65% of its population is directly involved in agriculture, with 75% of that population being women. Now, climate change impacts crop yields, which often leads to food insecurity and income loss. And most of the times, it's women that are working long hours in the intense heat, exposed to pesticides and insects, often without any access to clean water. Sadly, even though women are the ones most affected by this crisis, they are largely excluded from shaping policies, strategies, and addressing disaster risk protections. This must change. Let me share some outcomes of when women were given a chance to advocate for their rights. In 2022, Switzerland suffered an intense heat wave, which killed over 600 people, the majority being over 65. The Senior Women for Climate Protection, a group of elderly women in Switzerland, took their government to the European Court of Human Rights, claiming that Switzerland's failure to cut emission of greenhouse gases was causing a threat to their well-being. After a year-long fight, on April 9, 2024, the Grand Chamber of the court ruled in their favor, holding Switzerland guilty of failure to cut emissions. In 1990, Prima Gopalan and Sheila Patel founded an NGO in Pune, India, which educates rural women about entrepreneurship and sustainable agricultural devices. Currently, there are over 1,100 women working across 8 districts in India. And I myself am a part of an organization called Urban Forest Friends. We plant and care for trees locally and educate about the benefits through volunteer training. Women have overcome every single challenge, and I believe that we will overcome climate injustice too. Because I'm so proud to be a young woman, and I'm proud to represent the strengths and capabilities of a woman, and I'm proud to raise my voice for what I believe in. And I just want to inspire everyone here today to just remember the environment, because we are all environmental stewards, and working together, we can all help save our planet. Thank you.